Well. You want to know how to make a clothing brand, huh? I'm playing. Hey, so my name is Kenneth. I am a 21-year-old college student. I'm the owner of Soul Love Collections, which is the Christian clothing brand. I might show some different pieces I got, just a little bit about my brand, in the background. But, this is my first video. I'm finna help y'all out, how to make a clothing brand as well as how to have a foundation of Christ, with the brand. It doesn't have to be a Christian brand, you feel me? But, I'm gonna try to help y'all grow your brand, whatever it may be, So you have any questions, anything like any videos y'all would like to see, let me know in the description. But further ado, let's get into it. All right, so for tip number one is, what is your why? Why are you doing this? For me, I felt like God called me to make this brand. You feel me? So during the hard times, right? Because look, God gave me the idea in June, right? I didn't drop until February. For 6 months, I'm just thinking like, bro, like, is this gonna work out? I'm also somebody that's not always on the forefront. I'm not always gonna be, in people's faces. So this was definitely something out of my comfort zone. But I have to lean back on my foundation. You know what I'm saying? So what is your why? Your why is gonna be what's really gonna push you during the hard months, the dry months. During the times that you're really trying to get, start trying to put everything together. You know what I'm saying? Basically, the times that people don't see, behind closed doors, your why is going to push you, and to continue to go. You feel me? So, what is your why? Write your why down. Right? You need to write yours down. So, every time you start struggling, you look back at it. All right, bet. Let's get going. Let's keep grinding. All right. So, let's get to number two. All right, number two is, why is your brand different? Right? For me, I have a Christian clothing brand, so that kind of separates me from a lot of other brands, but also I have, unique designs. You feel me? I have different designs that you rarely see. Frequently one made tough, right? You ain't never seen no pieces like this, right? So, that's a big reason why I'm different, as well as my story behind the brand, right? And you gotta sell why you're different. For me, if you go to my website, I'm gonna leave it in the description. If you go to the website, you see the first thing you see is not me selling something to you. It's gonna be my story, our story, right? And it's gonna basically tell you how did I come up with the idea, and et cetera, et cetera. You know what I mean? Because I want people to be connected to the story behind the brand, not necessarily because they saw something that was like really cool, which is dope too, right? But what's going to bring people back is going to be the connection. You know what I'm saying? The connection to the brand, the connection to the piece. But yeah, let's get into number three. Trace. Number three is finding a good manufacturer. Okay, so when I say good, I mean top tier, that you will wear this, that you wear it every day of the week, not just one time, right? Not just like, okay, it looks cool, but I'm not in love with it, but I'm gonna still sell it. Don't do that to people. You feel me? Find a good manufacturer. A little story for me, I didn't know too much what I was looking for. GSM is basically like the quality of the brand. I mean, the quality of the garment that you're trying to make, right? I didn't know none of this stuff. I watched a lot of videos, but people just did not talk about these things, right? So, for one, I'm gonna give y'all a little tip right here. So my clothes right here, this is about 400 GSM. Right, 400 is this is pretty high quality. A lot of people tell my stuff is high quality. 400 is pretty high quality, right? The highest piece I got is 450. This is 450. This is more so like a winter hoodie. You know what I'm saying? So y'all know, like, what y'all looking for. What type of GSM you gonna look for, right? I might post a couple pictures, just to show y'all, what type of GSMs, the differences, et cetera, et cetera. But making sure that y'all have a high quality, good manufacturer, right? For me, also, when I first started, I got into a manufacturer, and he basically made my stuff. I didn't say GSM, I didn't tell him nothing, right? So he's gonna make it the cheapest he can. And I tell you, it looked cheap, right? And I was not really knowing what I was expecting, so I just accepted it, right? And not luckily, but I did unfortunately get scammed by bro. But, I feel like that it all worked out, truthfully, because if I would have put it out there, I don't think I would have nowhere near the success I have now. You know what I'm saying? So, low-key, I thank God for that, truthfully, that it didn't work well. But let's get into the next rule, number 4. My apologies if I've been saying rule. Just tip number 4, you feel me? But tip number 4 is use your resources and your following, right? So obviously when you first start your business, you're not going to have, a big following on your business page, right? So you need to use your personal IG, right? So this goes with going to posting your pictures and collaborating with your personal IG, so that's going to help push your brand up more, you know what I'm saying? Because if you just post something with 50 followers on IG, you're not going to get a lot of following, you might get 5 likes, right? So yeah, making sure that you post your IG, your personal stuff a lot, and this might make people uncomfortable, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people be like, I want to keep my stuff on down low, I want to keep a DL, you feel me? I hope I use DL in the right setting. Okay, I apologize. Okay, but let's go back to the. All right, so let's say, but I'm saying though, a lot of people want to keep their stuff, behind closed doors. They just want to sell their stuff, but not put a face to it, which is great, right? But truthfully, you're gonna grow faster if you just, help yourself out and use your personal IG. Your friends, your family, they can help you out also by reposting it, stuff like that, right? So make sure that you are using your personal social medias first to help you grow your brand. All right, let's get to the last one. Let's go. 5. Let's go 5. All right, so now you posted your pictures, of your stuff, and now you gotta decide, how am I gonna get my stuff out there, right? Organic is dope. Don't get me wrong, but once you first starting, you kind of gotta do something. You can't just go organic, right? Some people has gotten lucky, not lucky, but they have grown their stuff tremendously by organic off rip, right? But 9 times out of 10, you're gonna have to do some type of form of getting yourself out there, whether that be influencer or ads, right? And Kenneth, you're probably like, Kenneth, should I use influencers or ads? Personally, for me, off rip, okay, so in the 6 months I've been doing my brand, 2 of those months, the last 2 months, I really been kind of like away from my brand a little bit. I've been working at a Christian summer camp. But, so basically like the last 4 months, really you would say, I really been into my brand. I probably use $200 in ads, right? $200. I have 2,000 followers on IG. I have 5,000 on TikTok, right? Not trying to boast or nothing like that, but just trying to tell you, what organic has brought me. That makes sense, The ads I've done, they have got me a couple sales, right? So let's say I put up $50 for ads, I might get 2 sales for it, right? But I'll say the influencers I have made, I made connections. Some of them I got their phone numbers. People that you think they're really big, right? But now I got that personal connection with them. I can hit them anytime I want, right? So that's a bonus that you can't get from ads, right? Also, influencers can post your stuff numerous times. They really like your stuff. You know what I'm saying? So for ads, you got to pay every time somebody is going to see your stuff. But influencers, they might just pop out with your stuff. They like for example, if just different podcasts, right? I sent them a hoodie. They was going to a little get together, a gathering, They wore my jacket, people tell me their stuff, you know what I mean? And then set yourself, like, that's one time, but that's happened with numerous different influencers, So I really would prioritize influencers, right? But I feel like when you're first starting, I would put in about $50 to $100 on ads, right? Just to get your stuff out there. Right, and then so maybe get out maybe from that, and then don't try to sell it, but just try to get a following behind your brand, right? So after that you might get 100, 200 followers, right? After that, I will start DMing different influencers so you can get your stuff out there, right? Because what's really gonna blow up your page is people seeing an influencer with your stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's really gonna blow your stuff. If Duke, not trying to glaze, bro, but if Duke Dennis got your piece and your piece is tough, it's gonna blow up, right? Instead of somebody just scrolling on TikTok and they say, oh, dang, that's a cool piece. They're probably not going to stop and buy. You feel me? They're going to just be like, okay, that's cool. They're going to keep scrolling. So taking that with a grain of salt, I would say start with ads, right? Very minuscule, though. Not a lot of money, right? Because you're not using it to sell. You're using it to gain a following. Then I'll go into influencer marketing. That's my personal opinion. All right, so that'll be the video right there. That was, me helping y'all out on how to start a clothing brand as a beginner. You know what I mean? So, if you have any questions or anything like that, leave it in the description, in the comments. I apologize, not description. In the comments, let me know. I'm going to try to respond, or I'm going to make another video, to help y'all out. The next video should be, basically the advanced version of how to start a clothing brand, with your website, etc., etc. All these different things that you got to get into before you truly your brand, you start putting yourself out there, right? So, that'll be the next video. If you have any questions, leave it in the comment section. I'm going to leave my website, my personal IG, and also my business IG if you want to see the type of pieces I got. To support the kid. That's all going to be in the description. But I hope you have a blessed day, man. God bless. Peace.